The development of ancient scripts in Southeast Asia, from Sanskrit to Old Khmer, Old Cham. The seeds of writing in Southeast Asia. Imagine a time when the rich oral traditions of Southeast Asia began to meet the transformative power of written language. For centuries, knowledge, laws, and religious texts had been passed down through generations by word of mouth. But with the increasing contact with India, a new era dawned, the era of written scripts. Beginning around the early century CE, this interaction brought not just trade goods and religious ideas, but also the sophisticated writing systems of India, forever changing the way knowledge was preserved and disseminated in the region. This journey of adaptation and innovation is a cornerstone of Southeast Asian history. From the foundational influence of Sanskrit and other Indic scripts, local scholars and scribes meticulously crafted unique writing systems like Old Khmer, Old Cham, and others, each perfectly suited to their native tongues. Join us as we explore the fascinating development of ancient scripts in Southeast Asia, tracing their origins, evolution, and profound impact on the region's burgeoning civilizations. Chapter 1. The Indian Catalyst, Brahmi and Pallava Scripts. The story of writing in Southeast Asia begins with the arrival of Indian scripts, primarily via trade, and the spread of Hinduism and Buddhism. Brahmi, the mother script. The earliest influential script was Brahmi, an ancient Indian script from which nearly all modern Indic and Southeast Asian scripts ultimately derive. It was one of the earliest known writing systems in India, dating back to at least the 3rd century BCE. Pallava Grantha, the primary donor, the most direct and significant ancestor for many Southeast Asian scripts, was a southern Indian variant of Brahmi known as Pallava Grantha script. This script was prevalent in the Pallava Kingdom of South India, a major maritime power that had extensive trade and cultural links with Southeast Asia. Mechanism of transmission. Buddhist and Hindu missionaries, traders, and scholars from India carried these scripts along with their religious texts and administrative practices. Southeast Asian elites, eager to adopt aspects of Indian statecraft and religious legitimacy, embraced these new writing systems. Early inscriptions. The earliest evidence of writing in Southeast Asia consists of Sanskrit inscriptions found in various locations, notably in Funan, the Malay Peninsula, and Java, dating from the 4th to 5th centuries CE. These inscriptions primarily record religious donations, royal decrees, and eulogies. The adoption of Indic scripts was not merely a technological transfer. It was a profound cultural exchange that introduced the concept of complex written administration and sophisticated literary traditions to Southeast Asia. Chapter 2. The Emergence of Indigenous Scripts, Old Khmer. As Indian scripts took root, local scribes began to adapt them to better suit the phonology and morphology of their indigenous languages, leading to the birth of unique national scripts. Old Khmer is one of the most prominent examples. Early adaptations. The earliest surviving Khmer inscriptions are in Sanskrit, but by the 7th century, the first inscriptions in Old Khmer appear. These early forms show a strong resemblance to the Pallava Grantha script, characterized by rounded, flowing letters. The development of Old Khmer, Angkorian period over centuries, the script evolved, becoming increasingly distinct from its Indian progenitors. Angularization. The letters gradually became more angular and less rounded, a characteristic feature of later Khmer scripts. Adaptation to Khmer phonetics. New characters or diacritics were introduced to represent sounds unique to the Khmer language that were not present in Sanskrit or Pallava. A Abugida system, like its Indic ancestors, Old Khmer is an abugida, where consonants carry an inherent vowel, and other vowels are indicated by diacritics attached to the consonant. This system was well suited for the structure of Khmer. Prominence in Angkor. Old Khmer became the official script of the mighty Angkorian Empire. Thousands of inscriptions on temple walls, stelae, and palace grounds record royal edicts, historical narratives, land grants, and the details of temple administration. These inscriptions are our primary source of knowledge about Angkorian society, religion, and politics. The development of Old Khmer solidified the Khmer identity and allowed for the creation of an extensive body of indigenous literature and administrative records. Chapter 3: Old Cham, a parallel evolution. Parallel to the development of Old Khmer, the Cham people, who inhabited the coastal regions of central and southern Vietnam, also adapted Indic scripts to create their own unique writing system, Old Cham. Indic roots, like Old Khmer, Old Cham also originated from the Pallava Grantha script, reflecting shared Indian influences through maritime trade. Early evidence. The earliest known Cham inscriptions, also in Sanskrit, date to the same period as some of the earliest Southeast Asian inscriptions, indicating early and deep Indian connections. Development of Old Cham. By the 7th century, inscriptions in the Old Cham language began to appear, showing a gradual divergence from the original Indic forms. Distinctive features. Old Cham scripts developed their own unique letter forms and ligatures, adapting to the specific phonological features of the Cham language. While sharing an abugida structure with other Indic-derived scripts, its appearance and specific character sets are distinct. Religious and administrative use. Old Cham was used extensively for religious texts, royal edicts, and historical records within the Khampa kingdoms. Inscriptions are found on temples, stelae, and other artifacts. Preservation and decline. Despite the decline of the Khampa kingdoms, the Old Cham script continued to be used by the Cham people for centuries, preserving their language and cultural heritage. Today, descendants of the Cham still use a variant of the script. The emergence of Old Cham, alongside Old Khmer, highlights a broader regional trend of local adaptation and linguistic assertion within the framework of Indianized cultural influence. Conclusion: a legacy etched in stone and palm leaf. The development of ancient scripts in Southeast Asia is a testament to the dynamic interplay between external cultural influence and indigenous innovation. From the foundational Brahmi and Pallava Grantha scripts brought by Indian traders and missionaries, each major kingdom meticulously crafted its own unique writing system. Old Khmer and Old Cham stand as prime examples of this incredible linguistic evolution, allowing for the flourishing of complex administrations, the codification of laws, the propagation of religious doctrines, and the creation of rich literary traditions. These scripts not only provided a means to record history, but also became fundamental to the very identity of the civilizations they served. Even today, the modern scripts of Thailand, Laos, Myanmar, and Cambodia bear the clear lineage of these ancient adaptations, a permanent reminder of Southeast Asia's profound and unique journey into the written word. What aspect of ancient script development do you find most fascinating? Share your thoughts in the comments below.